Let's take a few minutes to arrive in this space, not just with the body, but with the awareness that your relationship to your voice, your truth, and your expression has likely been shaped by survival. The throat chakra, this energetic center of communication and expression and truth, it doesn't just get blocked because we're not speaking up. It becomes dysregulated when speaking up was unsafe, when truth was punished, when needs were ignored, when being quiet kept the peace or kept us loved. Sometimes the throat closes. You might feel like you choke on your words, or like your thoughts get stuck before they reach your mouth, or like you second guess yourself constantly, unsure of whether it's okay to take up space with what's real for you. And then other times it goes the other way. The throat can become hyperactive. We might overshare, over-explain, over-perform. We speak a lot, but it's not always authentic. It's masked, it's reactive. It's a way to manage connection, not claim sovereignty. This chakra doesn't just govern what we say out loud, it also governs how you hear yourself and how safely your internal truth can live in your system, even if you never say a word. So before we begin the meditation, know this. If you've gone silent in your life, that was wisdom. If you've become performative, that too was wisdom. If your truth feels murky or distant, it's still in there. It's not lost. It's just sealed. And if your voice has been distorted by people-pleasing or fear, you are just trying to survive connection. Your body never failed you. It just adapted to the environment. Today, we're not here to fix this chakra. We're here to create safety around it, to remove the shame from how your voice learned to hide or to hustle, and then to gently return to the place where truth still echoes, even if it's softly. So let's begin the journey home to your voice, not through effort, but through grounded presence. Let's drop into the body, wherever you are, sitting or lying down. Just let your body be held. Notice the parts of you that are in contact with the ground or your seat, the back of your legs, your spine, your shoulders. Feel the support beneath you. You don't have to hold yourself up right now. Let the earth do some of that for you. Let's bring awareness to the base of the spine, to the tailbone, to the root. Imagine a thread of energy, wide, soft, and steady, dropping down into the earth. Let it anchor you. There's nowhere else to be. There's nothing else to perform. You're already here. Now move up slightly to the pelvis, the sacral space. This is where emotion lives. This is where emotion lives. Sensitivity, sensuality. You don't need to feel anything specific, just allow the space to be acknowledged. This is a place that holds so much unspoken energy. Let it soften. And then there's the center of the belly, the solar plexus, where your power and boundaries and sense of self live. Maybe place a hand here just to say you belong. And breathe into that. With each breath, feel a little more connected to yourself. Now bring your awareness to your neck and throat. Notice any tension or holding. You don't need to force it to soften, just notice what's there. Notice how your jaw rests. Notice the base of your skull. Notice your tongue and your mouth. Can it float gently? Even these small shifts send a message to your nervous system that we are not in danger. We can soften here. This part of your body, your throat, has likely worked overtime. It's held things in. It's kept you out of trouble. It's tried to say the right thing. Just let it rest now. You're not being asked to speak. You're only being asked to arrive. Your breath is here. Your body is here. Your awareness is here. And that is enough. You've already done so much by arriving, and from this place of anchored presence, you're invited to begin a gentle return, not to the surface, but inward. Beneath thought, beneath story, somewhere inside of you, there is a doorway, not imagined, remembered. A threshold you may not have crossed in a very long time. This is where we're going to go now. Not to force the truth to speak, but to visit the place where it lives, to honor the space that held your voice when the world couldn't. You might be able to sense it just behind your throat or deep within your chest. A space quiet and undisturbed. A cave worn smooth with time, not broken or ruined, just sealed. This cave hasn't been open in a while, maybe not since childhood. Or maybe it opens and closes in cycles as life allows. At its entrance are stones, large and small, each one placed there with care, not by accident, not in failure. Each stone is a story, a moment when your truth was too much, too risky, too unsafe. You don't need to name them all. You don't even need to pry them loose. Just notice, just be here. This cave did not abandon you. It protected what mattered most. And now in this moment, you are safe enough to begin the return. Imagine standing at the entrance, just breathing and noticing. As you observe all of the stones, maybe something inside of you is wondering, how do I move these? How do I get back to what's buried inside of there? But this isn't about prying anything open. You don't have to earn your voice back. You don't even have to prove that you're ready. The truth is, if you're here, you already are. Let's stay with these stones for a moment. Each one has its own story. Not necessarily a memory you can name, but a feeling you know in your body. Like the time you said what you really felt and someone mocked you or dismissed you or used it against you. Or the moment you tried to explain what hurt and the other person got defensive, so you ended up apologizing instead. Or maybe you learned that if you cry, you're too much. Or if you stay silent, you're easy to love. So you adapted. You held it in. You got good at smiling through uncomfortable things, at changing your tone, at choosing words that wouldn't rock the boat. That's what these stones are. They're not bad. They're boundaries that once protected you. Now, without needing to fix or figure anything out, just breathe. And with each breath, imagine that one small stone softens, not disappearing, just loosening. Maybe it simply rolls to the side, like it knows its job is done. No pain, no drama. Just an exhale that says, thank you, but I don't need you to protect me in this way anymore. And then maybe another one shifts. Maybe one is still stuck, and that's okay too. This isn't about clearing the whole path. It's about giving your truth a little more time to breathe. Let this be gentle. Even one stone makes a difference. Because every bit of space you reclaim inside yourself, every inch of air you offer your voice, is an act of self-trust. You don't need to rush in. You don't need to have the perfect words. Sometimes just saying, this was hard for me, or I'm not sure yet, but something feels off. Sometimes that's enough to begin the return. And sometimes just a breath in your own chest is the loudest truth of all. Let that be enough for now. You're already in motion. As the stones shift, there's just enough space to step inside. Not far, just a few steps in. Let the light adjust. Let your breath adjust. Let your nervous system catch up with your intention. This is a tender space, not because it's broken, but because it holds so much meaning, so much history, so much of you. You might feel quiet in here, like you're walking into a memory or a sanctuary. Maybe it's both. But there's an echo in this place, a familiar hum. Your voice lives here, not the polished one, not the one that's learned how to explain itself 10 different ways so it won't be misunderstood. The real one, the one that knows how it feels before it knows how to say it. The one that whispers in sensations or symbols or images. The one you hear when you're journaling or crying in the shower or driving with music too loud. That voice never left. It's just been waiting for you to feel safe enough to sit beside it without needing to use it. So, don't force anything here. You don't have to say a single word. Just notice what's alive. What sensations are present in your throat? What feelings are flickering in your chest? If a phrase or an emotion begins to form, welcome it. And if nothing does, welcome that too. This isn't a performance, it's a reunion. You can even say quietly, I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm ready to remember you. And feel the cave respond, not with words, but with presence and warmth and a sense of recognition. Now, from inside this quiet cave, bring your awareness back to your whole being, your body, your breath, your heart, and your truth, not as a list of things to say, but as a current that lives inside of you. Sometimes it becomes words, sometimes tone, sometimes it's just energy. Expression is not performance, it's alignment. Take a moment to feel what it's like to be in your body and know that you have nothing to prove. Even a hum is enough. Even your inhale is a message. Even your exhale is a declaration. I exist. I am allowed. There's no need to rush out of the cave. You've just reunited with something sacred. Let yourself linger. Feel what it's like to stand in here, not as someone who needs to perform, but someone who simply belongs. This is your space. And this voice, this truth, it doesn't need to be loud to be real. It doesn't need to be polished to be powerful. Sometimes healing the throat chakra has nothing to do with saying more and everything to do with saying what's real. Even if it's messy, even if it's quiet, even if it's I'm not ready yet. And let that be enough. Feel your breath again moving through your body. Notice how it passes gently through your throat, as if it's clearing the way without force. You might place a hand there just to anchor this connection. This is your voice, even when it's still, even when it's silent. Begin to feel the cave slowly dissolve around you, not because it's gone, but because you're bringing it with you now. You don't have to travel inward to access your voice anymore. It can live with you here in the open at your own pace. Let your awareness return to the room you're in, to the surface beneath you and the sounds around you. As you arrive back in your body, know this. Your voice does not need to be earned. It doesn't need to be justified. It doesn't need to be fully understood to be honored. It just needs you. Your presence, your listening, your willingness to stay connected. So, take one final breath through the throat, gentle and clear. Feel it move through the space you've just reopened, and let it remind you, you never lost your voice. You just learned to protect it. And now you're learning how to let it speak again. As you return to the body, back to the breath, back to the space you're in, notice, is there more ease around your throat? Is your jaw softer? Is your breath a little more your own? You don't need to hold on to the cave. You are the cave. You carry it with you. Remember, your voice doesn't have to be loud or perfect to be powerful. It just needs your presence. Whenever you're ready, gently begin to open your eyes and return with more of yourself intact and more of your truth quietly shining within.